Listen carefully. Can you hear that? Every footstep in the square, every gaze meeting another. Valencia City Hall is the continual heartbeat of a city. From its square in the centre, it watches as everything around it changes, bearing witness to the transformation of Valencia. Walking along its corridors today means taking a journey back to the city's times of splendour. Its first location was the Casa de la Ciutat, a medieval building that sits next to the centre where Valencia was founded, in the space now occupied by the garden of the Generalitat Valenciana regional government building. The 15th century was the heyday of the Casa de la Ciutat. Its indoor halls welcomed authorities such as the city's jurats or governors, the syndic, citizen representative, and the mestre nacional, in charge of the kingdom's treasury. However, the passing of time took its toll on the building, which fell into irreparable decline. In the mid-19th century, the city council decided to seek another location. It found one in the area where the city was expanding, today's neighbourhood of Sant Francesc, which owes its name to the Franciscan convent founded in the 13th century. In 1823, the convent was requisitioned by the government and converted into cavalry barracks. The eviction of the monks led to a decline that ended up with its demolition at the end of the 19th century. The convent of Sant Francesc was adjacent to the Real Casa de la Enseñanza, a school for girls backed by Archbishop Andrés Mayoral, which would become the new headquarters of the municipal corporation. The move to this building, initially temporary, began in 1854. The convent's disappearance then left an open area, the Sant Francesc site, next to the Real Casa de la Enseñanza, where the new city hall was to be built. The area surrounding the city hall was redesigned to become the new city's new urban centre. At the beginning of the 20th century, the historic Pescadores neighbourhood, located next to today's streets of Calle Lauria and Calle Correos, gave way to a new urban area next to the big Sant Francesc site. The large square was a reflection of Valencia undergoing transformation. New buildings were symbols of the modernity that was making its way into the city. The City Hall also needed to adapt the square's new appearance and display a facade in keeping with the renovated city centre's unique character. The first designs for this facade, created at the beginning of the 20th century, bear the signature of the municipal architects Carlos Carbonell and Francisco Mora. From 1924 onwards, the final work on the facade was carried out at a good pace, giving it a new monumental volume connecting it to the Real Casa de Enseñanza, while articulating and blending the building into the new square's urban forms. The facade was designed to strike a perfect balance between art and architecture. On either side of its midsection, balconies sit between cylindrical and square towers rising symmetrically, topped by domes. Its stone and marble exterior was sculpted by master craftsmen such as Vicente Beltrán Grimal, Carmelo Vicent, and in particular Mariano Benjure, whose sculptures flank the city's bronze coat of arms. The clock tower was inaugurated on the 19th of March 1930, St. Joseph's Day, amid great excitement. This tower crowns the main facade and marks the pace of the city day after day. City Hall building opens out onto the street, overlooking other streets bustling with traffic and life. Its other facades also contain details that hark back to its past. The main facade is dominated by its balcony, designed by the architect José Luis Testor. It rests on Tuscan columns and over a wooden coffered entrance ceiling designed by the architect Emilio Reita. Inaugurated in 1967 and open to visitors, it acts as a stage that is central to the city's social life. Every 9th of October, the Real Senyera, the official flag of the Valencia community region, descends from the balcony to set off on a civic march winding through the city streets, accompanied by many Valencians celebrating their history. Tradition has it that the Real Senyera does not bow down to anyone or anything. For this reason, it leaves the building held high to later return over the balcony through the main facade. In March, that balcony takes part in a celebration that shakes it to its very foundations. From here, the Fallera Mayor, the highest representative of Las Fallas festival, gives the order. And then everything explodes. The Mascleta fireworks make the windows of City Hall reverberate, shaken by the firecrackers and the sound of thunder. It is a heartbeat shed by all the Valencians crowding into the square. The main entrance to the City Hall leads to the imperial neoclassical marble staircase, lit by a modernist skylight bearing the city's coat of arms. Rebuilt after the Civil War, the staircase has welcomed those who have climbed it to take them to historical spaces such as the Crystal Hall, also known as the Ballroom. The hall is a unique setting inaugurated in 1929 on the occasion of the visit of King Alfonso XIII and presided over today by the image of the Mare de Déu dels Desemparats, Our Lady of the Forsaken, the city's patron saint. On its vault, Salvador Tuset painted female figures symbolizing Valencia and its connection to the land, sea and sky. Next to the Crystal Hall, there is the Mayor's office, where the city's future is planned. The fireplace room is used to receive official visitors. A few steps away, in the Gallery of Mayors, you can see the faces of those who have guided Valencia over time. Each portrait reflects their commitment to the city. There are mayors who have presided over the council chamber, the plenary hall where political activity takes place. Hardwoods, granite, marble and velvet imported from countries such as Italy and Germany were used to build it. Above the entrance doors, Luis Dubon also painted allegories of the Valencia community region and Spain. The Crystal Hall leads to the museum housing the city's history. Much of the content here comes from the medieval Casa de la Ciutat. Centuries of history lie within. Each document, artwork and symbol links visitors to a past waiting to be discovered. The Municipal History Museum has 4 rooms. The first museum project was drawn up in 1930 by Javier Görlich, the municipal architect. Daniel Nebot, winner of the National Design Award, designed the museum's renovation in 2023. The first room pays tribute to Valencia's identity. The Real Senyera, the flag of Valencia, stands out among the symbols that have forged its character. In the second room, 2 historical maps show how Valencia's transformation changed its walls, streets and avenues. Antonio Mancelli's map is the oldest known of the city. Whereas Father Tosca's is the most detailed of its time, a true cartographic gem. In the third room, painting turns into history. Ramon Stoltz's murals bring to life the monarchs of the House of Aragon, who contributed to the greatness of the Kingdom of Valencia in their time. The monarchs gaze upon the first incunabulum of the book Llibre del Furs, which contains the laws of the city and the kingdom. Beside it is the sword of King Jaume I, the first conqueror of the city in 1238. The museum's tour ends in a final room that houses exceptional pieces reminiscent of the splendour of Valencia. This 4th room occupies the upper floor of the former church of Santa Rosa de Lima. Medallions painted by José Vergara, depicting episodes from the life of the aforementioned saint, decorate the vault. In this room, we can find vestiges of a past that has shaped the identity of Valencia, such as the Real Senyera, or flag of 1545, banners from different guilds, and the Penó de la Conquesta, pennon of the conquest, which, according to legend, was raised when the city surrendered to King Jaume I. The figure of the monarch, sculpted by Agapito Valmitjana, also appears on the coat of arms used to identify his tent during military campaigns. The exhibition hall on the lower floor of the former church of Santa Rosa de Lima gives a voice to our past and present through temporary exhibitions. From this hall, you can also enter one of the building's least known spaces, the air raid shelter. During the Civil War, Valencia was the seat of the Second Republic's government and ministries. The city was bombed from the sea and the air. The underground shelter was thus built to protect the children and young people who were still studying in the building. the City Hall is the heart and beacon of a city in constant motion. Today, with its doors open, it awaits anyone who wishes to discover it.